retinol does not cause hyperpigmentation, but irritation does. And if you have brown skin, introducing retinol the wrong way, that irritation from retinol can definitely show up as dullness, sensitivity, or pigmentation that take months to fade. I've used retinol for 6 years and I still learned this the hard way. When I stepped up to a stronger formula, my skin didn't turn red, it just looked bad, worse the next morning. If you're new here, my name is Neha. I'm a certified skincare coach, and in today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 golden rules I follow now, starting with the first one: formulation matters more than percentage. When you have brown skin, especially as you start to age, your ceramide levels naturally decline. Ceramides are what hold your skin barrier together. They keep moisture in and irritants out. Now add retinol to that picture. Retinol increases the skin cell turnover, which is exactly what makes it so effective. But if your barrier isn't supported, that increased turnover can tip into sensitivity or irritation. And on brown skin, that irritation doesn't just go away, it can trigger hyperpigmentation. So you have used retinol to fix the problem, but you have created a bigger one. This is why do not just look at the retinol concentration percentage on the label. Look at what's around the retinol, what's in the formulation. Now, 3 products I want to highlight here. These are my absolute favorite. I still use them when I feel I need to step down based on how my skin is feeling that particular day. And all these product links are in the description below. The first one is Medica Cream by Centellian 24. This is a retinol cream packed with hydrating and barrier repairing ingredients. Very nourishing, very moisturizing. This is very gentle, soothing. One thing to be aware of though, it does contain essential oils and has a fairly strong fragrance. So if you're sensitive to fragrance or essential oils, you may want to go with the next 2 options instead. The second option is the Iope Retinol Super Bounce Serum. What makes this formulation interesting is that it contains 4 different forms of retinol: pure retinol, encapsulated retinol, granactive retinoid, and bioseletonoid. They all work together to deliver the benefits of retinol while significantly reducing the risk of irritation. It also has soothing ingredients in the formulation, which makes it a much gentler entry point. They've recently updated their packaging, so look out for that. And if you want to see this in action on my skin, I did a 7-day test on this. That video is linked up in the cards. Go check it out after you finish this one. The third is the Banish Retinol and Ceramide Serum. This is another beginner-friendly formulation that still delivers real anti-aging results. What I love about this one is the ceramide they use, glycosphingolipid, which is a form of ceramide that attracts and hold on to water more effectively than other ceramide forms. So you're getting better barrier support, better hydration, and that means less chance of irritation. It also has a small amount of glycolic acid, licorice root extract, just to resurface the skin gently so retinol penetrates better without causing sensitivity. And because the ceramide base is so strong, it keeps everything balanced. I've spoken about this product before and I actually interviewed the founder of Banish. That interview is also linked up in the cards and in the description below. Moving on to rule number 2, introduce retinol slowly. Follow the 1, 2, 3 rule. This one I feel is non-negotiable, especially for brown skin. When you're just starting retinol, do not use it every night. Your skin needs time to adapt, and more importantly, you need to observe how your skin is responding to the new ingredient. Here is how the very popular 1, 2, 3 rule works. In your first week, use retinol just once. One night, that's it. In your second week, move to twice a week. In your third week, 3 times a week. And you stay at 3 times a week. That is your sweet spot, at least for the next few months. Now, why does this matter more for brown skin? Because if your skin is going to react with any signs of dullness, sensitivity, or irritation, you want to catch that early. The lowest possible frequency, the slower you go, the more information you have. And on brown skin, that information is everything, because by the time you see visible irritation, the damage may already be happening underneath. Think of the 1, 2, 3 rule as not being cautious, but being smart. Next up, rule number 3, do not combine retinol with other actives, at least in the first few weeks. Now, when you're starting retinol, strip your routine back. When I mean strip it completely. No vitamin C, no AHAs, no BHA, and even niacinamide. I would say pause it as a standalone active when you are just in the introduction phase. Now, I know some of you might be thinking niacinamide and retinol, why? They are a great combination, and I absolutely agree to it. I combine them all the time. Niacinamide helps calm the skin, supports the barrier, and even helps with pigmentation. But that is a conversation for later, once your skin has adapted to retinol. But when you're just starting out, keep it simple. One exception, and this is important: if the formulation, the retinol that you have, if it already contains niacinamide in it, that is completely fine. A great example of this is the Dermafirm Bakuchiol and Niacinamide Serum. Now, this one is actually a Bakuchiol product. Bakuchiol is a plant-based alternative to retinol that delivers similar anti-aging benefits but with significantly less irritation. If you're someone who's not yet ready for retinol yet, this could be a beautiful stepping stone. It combines bakuchiol with niacinamide and copper peptides, so you are getting anti-aging barrier support and soothing benefits all in one formulation. Very gentle, very well put together. Another example is the Primera Vitatinol Serum. This one combines retinol and vitamin C in the same formulation. And I know this could sound like a problem, vitamin C and retinol together, but this is exactly the point. In a well-designed formulation, these ingredients are balanced to work together without causing irritation. I've used this personally and it is a genuinely gentle, soothing formula, great for someone beginning their retinol journey. One thing to keep in mind though, once you open it, use it consistently and finish it within a few months because your vitamin C oxidizes over time. The reason this rule matters more for brown skin is simple. Every active you add is a potential source of irritation. And on brown skin, irritation doesn't just mean redness or flaking. It can mean pigmentation that take months to fade. More actives equals more risk. So when you are introducing retinol, keep it simple. Let your skin adjust to one thing at a time. Now, if you already have a damaged skin barrier with overuse of actives, grab my guide on how to treat that damage, link below. Next up, rule number 4, use the sandwich method. This is one of my favorite rules and it is not just applicable to beginners. I use it every single time I'm introducing a new retinol formulation, stepping up to a higher concentration or moving to something stronger like retinol or adapalene every single time. And here is how it works. You apply a layer of moisturizer first, then you apply your retinol on top. Then you seal it with another layer of moisturizer. That's it. Moisturizer, retinol, moisturizer. You are essentially buffering the retinol, cushioning it on both sides so it absorbs more slowly and more gently into the skin. Now, why does this matter specifically on brown skin? Because the goal is always to get the maximum benefits of retinol without getting irritated, keeping the irritation levels at 0. And the sandwich method is one of the most effective ways to do that. It slows down the rate at which retinol penetrates, which means less chance of that inflammation response that on brown skin can so quickly tip into pigmentation. Some people also think this reduces the effectiveness of retinol. It doesn't. What it does is make the experience gentler so your skin can actually stay consistent with it. And consistency is what gets you results. I still use this method today, not because my skin cannot handle retinol, but whenever I'm stepping up to a stronger formulation, I prefer going down this route because I know what the alternative could look like. Moving on to rule number 5, sunscreen is non-negotiable. Now, if there is one rule that sits above all the others, it's this one. Sunscreen every single morning, no exceptions. And if you have brown skin, I want you to go one step further. Use a tinted sunscreen. Here is why tinted sunscreen matters specifically for you. Regular sunscreen protect against UVB and UVA, but tinted sunscreens also filter visible light, including the high energy visible light that has been shown to worsen pigmentation in darker skin tones. When you're using retinol, your skin is in accelerated renewal cycle. It is more vulnerable. Sun exposure at this stage is not just undoing your results, it is actively triggering the melanocyte response that causes hyperpigmentation. You are literally working against yourself because even research supports this very strongly. UV exposure is one of the most direct triggers for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation in darker skin tones. So if you know you're going to have a high sun exposure day, a hike, a beach day, a weekend outdoors, consider pausing your retinol a night or 2 nights before. Give your skin a buffer. Retinol makes your skin more photosensitive, and brown skin under direct sunlight with high UV exposure is already at a higher risk of pigmentation response. So pausing your retinol before high sun exposure days and keep using tinted sunscreen makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of videos on my channel on tinted sunscreen, chemical sunscreens, physical sunscreens, and if you're somebody you struggle to find your shade, you struggle to wear tinted sunscreen on a daily basis, I covered a hack in this video linked up in the cards. Go watch that next. It might solve your problem. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.